Hi, third grade, and welcome to part 5 of our unit on geography. We're going to be talking about the equator. So the equator is an imaginary line that's drawn around the planet halfway between the poles. So on a map, it would go like this, but it's not a real line. There's not an actual line there. On a globe, it would look like this. It's actually the 0 degree mark for latitude, but we will talk about that in a few slides. But again, it divides the globe in half. So it's about halfway through there. And you can see here on this map and on this map that it goes right through the ocean and everywhere, because these lines, invisible lines, will help sailors and people navigate around the globe. The equator separates the Earth into the northern hemisphere, which is the top, and the southern hemisphere, which is the bottom. Again, an invisible line that tells us where the midpoint is on the globe. Latitude are the lines that run east to west and parallel to the equator. So when something is parallel, it never touches. The equator itself is right in the middle. So I'm going to draw the equator in red, about right there. So that's the equator. And then everything off of that, that's the 0 latitude mark for the globe. And then everything else goes east to west across the globe to mark invisible lines that are used to navigate around the globe. These are the latitude lines. If you're doing GPS, sometimes they'll give you latitude and longitude when you do different GPS coordinates, or you're looking at different GPS coordinates. In the ocean where you can't see anything, no land, no landmarks, nothing, that's how sailors are able to navigate the globe, is with latitude and longitude. So the latitude ones go across. There we go. And so when you come to do this, this is going to be a little tricky. So one of the directions on this slide is going to be draw a line, use the line from the toolbar up here to draw a line on the Earth that shows the equator. So you go up to your toolbar, you find it's like 2 dots right there. Oops, there we go. Oh, maybe it's not gonna let me do it. I don't know if his surfboard would let me do it or not. We'll see if it'll let me do it. There it goes. So I have a line. Now, you can drag that line anywhere you want to, because what we're doing is we're putting it right on our globe. So I'm gonna need to turn it too. So I'm gonna take those dots, maybe. It's not letting me rotate it. This is really complicated. So if you have a hard time with the latitude and longitude, don't worry about it. I wanted to see if you could try it out. I'm able to make it bigger, but I can't seem to. There we go. I can make it bigger, but I'm not able to turn it just yet either. Oh, nope. Huh. Well, I am having a great old time with this one. So if you want to make it thicker, you can make it thicker. Oh, that's what I want. I want thick. Oh, I'm going to do a different color. You can do a different color for it too. I'm going to try a red. I'm going to try to make it thick, see if I can do it. I want thick. You might have better luck with this than I do on your Google, because remember, you can also it's not letting me do it today. Well, when you get it, hopefully it'll work a little better for you than it did there, but that's how you do it. If you can't do it or you're struggling with it, don't stress about it. Just type me a little note, say, Mrs. Plumchin, I couldn't do it. And then you can also just say it goes in the middle. So if you have to do it later at a different time, but right about there in the middle is where I would like your equator to go from one side of the globe to the other. And the invisible line that will divide the Earth in half. So that was the lesson on equator. Again, if you get to this part and you can't do it, don't stress about it. Just turn it in. Make sure you turn this in when you're done.